So we're finally getting somewhere. We've had quite a bit of progress.
Let's freaking go!
But along the way, we've also made a lot of mistakes.
I don't know if it's supposed to run with that on.
I ain't perfect, but I do know that this boat is finally coming together. So I'm hoping to get this thing cleaned up so we can get it in the water soon.
So, funny story. In the last video, not only me, but most of you were pretty concerned why my engine wasn't so-called peeing. And a lot of you thought it might have been due to the fact that I put a new impeller in. Maybe I didn't put the lower unit back on right. There was a lot of scenarios. So I immediately started looking for the hose that put out water. Turns out the water line's just inside the engine. So, So turns out it was peeing the whole time. I just didn't have the hose sticking out of the engine. I know, rookie mistakes, guys. I'm here making them. What are you gonna do? I feel like the more I post about this boat, the less people watch due to the fact that I've just been going downhill with my knowledge. I was skyrocketing, I was doing great. And now I get into this engine and I got a lot of people about to blow a fuse about what I'm doing to some of these things. But you know what, hey, if you don't wanna watch, don't watch. But I'm here trying to figure some stuff out. That being said, we're probably going to be taking a break from the engine. It sounds like I either A, need to hook it up to a real gas tank, get a new fuel pump. There's a couple of things, a couple variations of things that are wrong with this engine, but we're kind of at a standstill. I need to get some other things taken care of, like the throttle cable needs to be adjusted, the shift link cable needs to be adjusted. I probably need a new shifter in general, as that one is a piece of doo-doo. So for today, we're gonna get the rest of the wires completely ripped out of the boat and we're going to start working on the compartments. I really wanna get this thing decked out. I wanna get the interior looking right. That's kind of where we gotta start. Let's get the dash ripped apart. Let's get it cleaned up. And I think for the first time ever, we're actually gonna take a power washer to this thing. We're gonna find out if it's actually gonna clean up or if this thing's just disgusting. Let's get to ripping this wire out. This is probably the one thing that frustrated me the most when I bought this thing. Somebody thought it was a good idea to drill all the transducer cords directly into the transom. Maybe I'm wrong here, guys. I don't know. Sorry if you do that, but out of all the boats I've ever owned, I've never put a screw in the actual hull of the boat. I always glued on or epoxied on one of those plastic pads and screwed into that. So, here we go. The sad part. Oh gosh, this hurts my soul. Oh my gosh. All right, let me know what you guys think. I'm not gonna go ahead and fix this today, but clearly having a screw hole in your transom is probably not a good thing. What do you guys think the best fix for that is? Do you think I should epoxy it, gel coat it? I would like to pick your brain a little bit. You guys often have way better ideas. So we're gonna delay fixing these holes by a video and let me know what you guys think. Oh, that's not good. Oh my God. Do you guys see that? Oh my gosh. Now the boat is on a hill. That's why you don't drill holes in your boat. That's awesome. Golly, I'm not gonna try and hide that, guys. Literally water just poured out of that screw. That is exactly why you don't do that. I know it's bad news, guys. Whatever, it just is what it is. The boat's in 1996. We're trying to just hit some lakes with it, have some fun fishing. I don't need to hear in the comments that, oh, that float foam back in the back of the boat is full of, it just is what it is. So as you guys know, most of this is a complete utter mess. We're gonna try and eliminate this stuff. At this point, I'm just gonna rewire the boat how I want, completely from scratch. Everything's already disconnected, so I'm gonna be hooking up new live wells, probably new bilge pumps, new auxiliaries, new lights, and at this point a new dashboard because the original dashboard pretty much never worked. So we're gonna rip it all out. All the wiring harnesses for the dashboard, all the way to the back of the boat, including the shifter because this thing was junk. Good news is when I pulled off the shifter, you know, the throttle cable and the shift link cable actually aren't in bad shape. I can actually move them pretty smoothly with my hand all the way back to the back of the engine. So I think we're gonna be okay. I don't think these are that old of throttle cables, to be honest. They probably got replaced pretty recently within reason. I think the only issue is the linkage just needs to be set correctly, because when you pull on it, it's not moving the boat into drive, reverse, or neutral. So that's gotta be adjusted. Now, the reason I did all this was because it was a rat's nest and none of it worked anyways. So I'll show you guys, look how clean that is. Gosh, that is such a relief. Looking right here too, I left all that in there just in case I need to do any kind of wiring up in the front. Some of those wires aren't terribly bad. So if I do want to put like a trim tab up in the front or a graph or maybe some lights or something, I can always just splice into that harness there, give or take that it actually works. So that being said, this thing needs to be scrubbed down. I've been waiting for a day that I can get out and just power wash it. So we're gonna go ahead, finish cleaning up the inside and take a power washer to it. So we just spent about the last 2 hours power washing the heck out of the Bass Cat. It cleaned up fairly well. It looks honestly amazing on camera. Look how white and awesome it looks, but truthfully, it's not as pretty as you think. I don't know what I want to do about this, you guys. I'll be honest. Give me your opinions. Getting the automotive clear coat off is close to impossible. Like, no matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I power wash, it comes off, but I will be here for weeks trying to get it off. And then let alone, I have to clean it all up in my driveway because it's literally everywhere. It's just a hassle. It makes a mess. Whoever did this literally ruined the boat. It sucks because underneath it, the white color and the gel coat, it looks really nice. I could easily probably wet sand it, polish it, buff it, bring it back to life, you know? Mixed emotions about that, but with that being said, let's hop inside and show you guys how much we cleaned up the inside. The inside is looking bomb. That right here is all leftover glue. I still gotta probably take a sander to that and take that off, but I'm not too concerned. If you guys take a look at it, I mean, all in between the compartments and everything are just clean and ready to go. Same with this step right here, just some glue down there as well. Back here, same thing, good to go. We even cleaned inside the compartments down here. So looking good. Doing all this was super important because one of the next steps is putting the compartments back on, or the lids back on. Wednesday, 2 days from now, I have a whole shipment of what kind of sea deck I'm putting on. So that's a little sneak peek for you guys. You'll probably be seeing that video next week. All right, so from here, now that it's all cleaned up and it's ready to get all the lids back on, we're waiting on EVA foam for that. So now what we have to do is get underneath the boat and fix all those dents and dings with gel coat. A lot of them aren't deep, they just need a fresh coating of gel coat. So we gotta dig up the gel coat. How many times am I gonna say gel coat? So we gotta dig it up and get to that here in a second, which we might do later today because I'm not wearing a watch, but it's time for me to go to work. So that being said, we're gonna move the boat around and pick you guys back up when we're fixing the bottom of the boat. All right, so now today we're gonna be breaking back into the gel coat. I think we're gonna add another layer onto the floor just because I don't think it's thick enough. I probably should have did this when I originally did all the gel coat, but I don't know. I just kind of wanted to just see how far we'd get with the first coat that I put on. I put 2 coats on. It was pretty thick, but now over time, I'm starting to feel like I need more. If you guys have never seen underneath the boat, there are a few small little dings, nothing deep, they're just surface scratches. So what I wanna do is I wanna clean those up, get some gel coat back over those so we can blend them in and just prevent them from getting worse, I guess. I don't know if we're gonna prevent them from getting worse, but we're gonna go ahead and slap some gel coat on there as well. So I gotta mix up some gel coat with some hardener and get to work on this thing. Oh, gel coat, gel coat, gel coat. Gel coat has been a blast to work with. This is probably my least favorite thing to do because mixing it with the hardener, you have to count out all the drops based on how many ounces. There's math involved, basically. And I don't like math. 50, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. All right. Apparently I dipped my arm in that, so that's sweet. All right, so we got out from underneath the boat. The floor has another coat on. That's more of the look I'm going for. It's looking really nice. I didn't do a perfect job with fiberglassing and everything like that. It was my first time kind of dealing with all of this. So, you know, I'm not going for perfect. I'm just going for usable. It's going to get covered up eventually with carpet and stuff like that. So not a huge deal if it doesn't match color-wise and it's not perfect, but I definitely have some things noted for next time that I will do that I didn't do the first time around. So as long as it gets me out fishing, that's all I care about, but I am trying to make it look nice. There are some spots like up here that are gouged out. Now, I'm probably gonna have to fill that with some kind of base, sand it down, then gel coat it. I don't really know. I don't know what I want to do yet because I don't have the correct color gel coat. I'm sure I could call Bass Cat and get the right color, but let me show you what I did underneath the boat. All right, so here is where the spot, well, the two spots were. I'll show you guys before and I'll show you after. So not a terrible job. We're gonna have to sand that down and get it treated a little bit more. But for the most part, it's looking good. I ain't a gel coat expert. I just don't want fiberglass showing on the bottom of the boat, so I'll take it. All right, so that's pretty much gonna sum things up for now, guys. I know today wasn't a crazy video, but we got a lot of things coming very soon. So here's where I need your help. First, what do you think we should do about the holes in the back of the boat? I'm talking these guys right here. I want to know what you guys think is the best option for that. I have a couple ideas in mind, but they're pretty expensive, and if I can find a cheaper way to do it, I would love to find out. So let me know what you guys think for that. Number two is, what product do you guys think I should use when it comes to fixing those spots on the boat that are a little bit deeper? They need gel coat to cover it up, but you know, maybe they need a putty. In the past, I've used Marine Tex, which kind of hardens like a putty. You sand it down, you can paint over it. You know, let me know what you guys think your recommendation is for that. And then lastly, the last question that I have for you guys, the whole issue with the automotive clear coat on the boat. I know, guys, on the video it looks phenomenal. Like the boat looks clean as heck, especially in these shots. But truthfully, it looks way worse in person. Like when you can get up close to it, you can see the change from the gel coat to the clear coat, and it flakes off everywhere. I don't want it flaking off in the water while I'm fishing. I don't want it just cracking and falling apart over time. If I were to try and power wash it or buff it off, it's gonna take a lot of work. So here is my suggestion to fix that problem. I know, I feel like some of you guys are gonna hate this, but what are your guys' thoughts on me wrapping the boat? It's a big ask, but I came up with the idea of potentially trying to wrap it myself. One, because I've always wanted to try it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm no freaking expert. And I'm not gonna act like I'm gonna be able to just get at this thing and get it done. I'm gonna try. I've played with vinyl. For example, this fridge right here, that's all vinyl wrap. That's actually like car vinyl wrap. I did that one day when I was bored, but obviously that fridge is not a boat, but I have played with it. What are your guys' thoughts on me potentially wrapping the whole boat to make it look new and fresh? I know a lot of you guys want to see the nostalgia in the 1996 Pantera 2. It is a sweet looking boat, don't get me wrong, especially the one that I have is, in my opinion, a very unique, awesome body style. But I don't know, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm thinking I might try and wrap it. If I were to wrap it myself or get a buddy to help me, it would cost me just about $400 versus trying to figure out how to get the clear coat off, you know, maybe I don't know. I would probably have to wet sand it, buff it, polish it, wax it, the whole 9 yards for me to even get this thing close if I can get the clear coat off successfully. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. You know, you guys' comments are always welcome. I'm basically building this boat with you guys at this point, so
I'd love to hear your thoughts. Other than that, I do have some materials coming in a couple of days. We're about to be putting on the EVA foam in the deck. I'll show you guys exactly what I went with and why I went with it. A lot of big things coming, so if you guys are new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.